So Sheikh Hamdan approves emergency weather aid. Now, in light of the severe weather conditions over the past week, and as many houses have been affected, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Crown Prince of Dubai and Chairman of Dubai Executive Council, approved a series of initiatives to help those affected by severe weather in Dubai, following a meeting with heads of government entities.
The Crown Prince told a team to quickly check all requests from Emirati citizens hit by heavy rain. They're focusing on fixing and rebuilding homes for those affected. Also, Sheikh Hamdan asked the Dubai Land Department and RERA, which is the Real Estate Regulatory Agency, to work with property developers to help communities they manage to get back to normal as quickly as possible.
He as well promised that Dubai is determined to help everyone affected by bad weather, and he's keeping an eye on things himself. He made it clear that teams on the ground will give good support to both citizens and residents, which we've seen actually happen. They have helped a lot, and whether it's like even small businesses helping, it's just like I would say thank you, Dubai.
True, we've seen some homes and businesses so affected by this. Speaking to a couple of people over the weekend, people still without electricity, living on high floors of apartments. So I think we just have to acknowledge that it's not a day or two that these things will be cleared up. It's going to take a little bit longer, particularly for those people affected in living in those most poorly affected areas. But what we've seen over the weekend, as you said, businesses coming out to announce their support, and also now the government is jumping in to announce its support. We're hoping that insurance will get back to people. There's something I thought of this weekend. I need to fact check it before I say it, but it could be good news on the insurance front. But it's great to see the government stepping in at this point to announce that support, and we just will hope it will get to the people that's sorely needed.
It will for sure get to the people we know, but what I think we've mentioned it on the show earlier when it was via Zoom, as I was doing it at my house, is that they have cleared the big roads initially before anything else, and then of course, it will get,
takes time.
It will take time, what I mean? I mean, we've seen the storm, and it's like, it was like one of the biggest storms, as we've said, since 1949. So they have pulled through, they've managed a lot of damage control in 3-4 days, but maybe not all of it, but it will get the time. It will take there.
It just takes time, and
sure.
I think speak to every single person in Dubai, particularly. No one will come to you without a flood or a storm story this weekend. It was a challenging time for all of us, trying time for all of us. I thank my lucky stars that my home was flood free and my office was flood free. But seeing the scale of damage, and you're right, it is going to take time.
100%.
And as you said, we have to take a deep breath in some situations.
We should. But because I think, when you live, we live, like people who live in Dubai, or like I'm born in Dubai. So I've never been, I'm not used to Dubai being, I don't know, under like destruction. In any shape or form, you know what I mean? I'm just like used to Dubai being all the time perfect. I have access to everything. Fine, COVID happened, we lost access, but that was worldwide. But when the storm happened to Dubai and the roads were closed, I was like, what do you mean Dubai? I can't move out of my area. Like, okay, can someone explain this? I need an explanation. And I almost went crazy.
This is the thing though, I think so many people, I think it's, when you see traffic in other countries, that's just it. There's traffic there. When there's traffic in Dubai, people complain.
They don't accept it.
They don't accept, but the country is always working on improving lives for residents. So I think when this happened, it was nearly as though, okay, next day back to work, all will be fine. But it wasn't the case. Like the level of destruction caused by Mother Nature and climate, and that's a whole other topic.
100%
is something that we can't just expect the city like the level of preparedness, which we're going to jump into Emirates and how they responded. This is something we've never seen. You said it was back since 1949, but in fact, it's the largest ever rainfall recorded in its climatic history. So since they started taking note of the weather, this is the largest that's ever happened.
That's
so
true.
we have to take a breather for the authorities and just respect the fact that no one has ever seen something on this scale. The reality is we didn't expect it. We had announcements to work from home for the government. We had schools working from home. But we've had, you know, pre other rainfalls, we've had media briefings at 5 p.m. the day before. I don't know the level of expectations for this, but I think we all have to take a deep breath in terms of getting back to normal and expect that everyone's working as hard as they can. It just takes a little bit longer.
True.
At the same time, I sorely empathize with people whose homes have been ruined and who don't have electricity and who don't have access to food. You do see people like Kipson's, different supermarkets going out of their way to get food to people who need it. So if you are in one of those homes and you're watching right now, a pack of food is a small thing, but it may actually mean a lot to you. And there are support groups out there to help you at this point. So just to be aware of that.
100%. And nothing, by the way, there is a misconception like, oh my God, this is cloud seeding. I've mentioned before, it's not. So.
It's not. Let's jump into our next story.